what it's about. That shade. You got clout, let me hear what it's about. That shade. Without a doubt, this that season of a cloud. That shade.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Thaddeus Shade. This is The Odd Nerd, and this is episode 94. So I've never done this before, right? Oh, wait a minute. It's episode 94. Let me get some claps in here real quick. So we just go from that. Let the claps run, and everybody that can hear. If you listen to me, you can hear the claps, but 9 times out of 10, if you are on my close friends, I am inviting you in to watch me do this live, and I've never done that before. So you couldn't hear the claps. You couldn't hear the Jerry Springer claps because you're not here in my headphones with me. But if you go listen to me, you subscribe, you will hear. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many people I have on my close friends. It's just that if you set it up correctly and you would include me in your close friends, I'll just add you back. And I'm not even that much of a personal person. I just kind of, want to be a participant in people's social media lives. So we're going to kick it off by saying my boy KB is getting married, and I'm not a big, outside person. I don't get involved in a lot of people's hey, I want you to come to my wedding, and I want you to be a part of my wedding, and I want you to be there when I celebrate love and be a part of love and all those things. And that's not really what I do. I'm not really great at that. I'm not really good at that. And he's my longtime friend. I've known him pretty much my whole life. And he actually taught me how to put a 16-bar verse together. Now, I don't know if you know what about a 16-bar verse is. That is what rappers do when they're spitting a flow and they're dropping a rhyme. That is 16 bars. So you got 4, 4, 4, and 4. That is 16 bars. He taught me about that. That's what put me on my path to doing what I do today, which is pretty much market and promote. So I started out with music. I learned how to engineer and master from him. I learned how to put bars together from him. So he invites me to his wedding, and that's very unusual with me. I actually attended a wedding last year. It's my friend Nadia's wedding. It was very different. It was very uncomfortable for me, but I did it. She invited me. And then she even accepted. If you go back a couple of episodes, she even, put my name, Thaddeus, because I thought it was going to be like a whole thing. She wanted my government name. I don't share my government name with nobody. She wanted my government name. Me and her was battling back and forth, and she was like, okay, listen, I'm going to go ahead and allow you to use Thaddeus because I don't share my government name like that, right? So I was like, all right, cool, sweet. That's how we're going to do it. Cool. I go to the wedding. It was very beautiful. They was playing Twilight music. She did that violinist, and the violinist lady, she was doing her thing, and it was sweet, beautiful. And then Mixed Kid got up there and he almost dropped some tears. I said, oh shit, I get why people go to weddings. This is pretty cool. The fucked up thing about it was there was no vegan food there, so I had to watch everybody else eat, and that broke my heart because there was nothing there for me to get down on. And so here I am. I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. And everybody there, I've been there for hours. There's nothing to eat. I had to go get a tux. And I don't wear tux. I like to be in some sweats. I like to let my balls hang and shit. And I had sweats. And it was tough things, like dressed like Neo from the Matrix. It's a weird thing, right? So cool. But there was no food for me. There was no food, ladies and gentlemen. There was nothing for me to eat. All the animal killers are there. They're eating. They're enjoying themselves. There was no food for me to eat. They didn't think of me. They wanted me at the wedding. Nadia invited me. I got like a whole nice, beautiful card and an invitation. It was sweet. And there's no vegan food there, though. I was disturbed by that. I was hurt by that because there was a lot of dancing and cheering, and there was clapping, and there's drinks and there's alcohol. Thaddeus just had water. That's all he was able to get was water. And it hurt my feelings, but it was good. It was still a beautiful time. I enjoyed myself, and I was proud of myself because I don't normally do those things, right? But my boy is like, hey man, I'm getting married, and he's one of them light-skinned niggas I never thought was going to get married. Because when we was real tight, he had all the women. I was like security gesture for him. I was funny. That's how I've always been. Personality wins. That's how it gets me to coochie. But he was light skinned and he had the eyes. You know what I'm saying? He is the son of a pastor. Them motherfuckers is the worst. The son of you meet anybody whose parent has anything to do with religion, they usually are breaking into cars and beating people up and robbing people. That is what the children of godly people do. They're never following the footsteps of the godly people. They're usually the one doing the ungodly shit. Now, listen, when he asked me, I said, okay, look, I'm game, but he want me to come to Detroit. Yeah, you heard it right. He want me to go to Detroit. See, for the dramatic pause there, it's Detroit. Now, I don't know if y'all know about Detroit. Maybe you do know about Detroit. I went to Detroit one time because my boy, Craig Visions, we were moving his mom down to Arizona, and I had to take a flight to Detroit. When I got off the flight and I landed in Detroit, it was nothing but death in the air. You could smell the death and gunpowder in the air. It was nothing that I wanted to be a part of. And I'm from the hood. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm from the hood. But when you go to Detroit, you find out that there's some shit like this that exists in America. You're like, oh, okay, I get it. See, I thought I was tough, but I'm not Detroit tough. I'm not bad to the bone tough like these motherfuckers. I don't mind knocking a motherfucker out occasionally, but I could tell that these motherfuckers knock niggas out and they taking lives. I could smell it in the air getting off the plane. This nice, clean plane with all these beautiful white people around me. We was getting off the plane. We all stopped when we was getting at the edge. Said, oh shit, you smell that? That's death. We could smell the death in the air. But I went and I helped my boy's mom move down to Arizona. We had to get it. Boom, she came down. Now I got to go back to Detroit. And he trying to do a yacht. Now, I don't know if they do drive-by yachts in Detroit. I don't know what's happening with that. But he's doing a yacht. It's supposed to be a whole beautiful thing. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go. I'm going to do this. He's my guy. He's getting married. I saw his proposal on Facebook. I said, she don't know that I know him really well. We used to do a lot of hood rat shit. And there he is. He's down on one knee. And he's proposing. Now I'm elderly. I didn't think I was ever going to see that. So I'd seen it, boom, be a part of the wedding. And then I had to send a picture, man. And I'm like, I don't really understand. That's because, I'm a hobbit. I got a job that forces me to be out around people, but I'm a hobbit, man. I belong inside, man. It's me and my dog in the recliner. That's where I belong. And then you want me to be outside. So now I got to send a picture. I don't know what the picture for. He don't understand that I don't use my government name. He doesn't understand that shit. He calls me my government name. I got to tell him, like I told Nadia, man, if you want me to be a part of this wedding, you got to call me by my other name. I can't be a part of it. But I had to send a picture for this damn wedding, and I'm looking forward to it, but I don't know what's going to happen. I know these is niggas. These niggas ain't going to have nothing for me to eat. Now, when I do my episodes, I like to get into a lot of life shit. I talk a lot of life shit. Before I get into my nerd shit, I talk a lot of life shit. And I know they're not going to have nothing for me to eat. I'm going to be there, and everybody going to be like, man, who's this dude? He ain't eating nothing. All he doing is drinking water. And I say, man, I told KB I was a vegan, man. He's like, and everybody there pulled out a strap because like, who's a vegan? We don't trust no vegan. The vegan got a wire on him. Everybody a drug dealer, so everybody like, he got a wire on him. We don't trust him, and they want to shoot me. But I love my boy, and I'm happy to be going to his wedding. Say all that just to say I'm happy to be going to his wedding. It's really cool, man, when you see folks that have been an important part of your life do important life shit. So I talk a lot of shit, but I really do appreciate seeing it. Because it lets me know that things can really change for, more the positive. And, when you got guys like that, and I'm telling you, he want them guys, man. I'm being fair. I'm being real. I'm being fair. I'm being real. We done stomped some motherfuckers out before. We done done some real negative things in life. We did a lot of positive things in life, but we done some real negative things in life. It feels better when I say it because I can wash it off of me. I can get it off. I feel like God sees that. He said, oh, look at him. He like washing it off to his close friends. So it's like him kind of like, being in the confessional booth with one of them knockoff pastors and one of them knockoff preachers from Catholic priests. He's sitting to the other side and he gave me a couple Hail Marys and said, I know you were stomping and knocking niggas out in Kansas City, but you are good. You can go into heaven's gates. But we done done a lot of things. And so I do support that, man. I do really support that. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I'll ever be able to pull that off. You know, getting down on, I got bad knees anyway. Can you email a proposal? It's like your wholeness is deleted now. Nice. I love her to death. Thank you, Key. You know, I never felt like I had wholeness in me. I always felt like I was a saint. I always felt like every 3 or 4 days, it felt like a born again virgin. You know what I'm saying? I never felt dirty. I never felt like a whore. I was never a whore. I was never like that. But I am very, very, very happy for him. And then we got some more of my other boys from Kansas City coming up there. And it's weird because a lot of them is pretty much like me. They just paying child support. You know what I'm saying? The gangster version. A lot of them is just like me. They just paying child support. They had kids. I don't have kids. They had kids, and they complain, you know, about their journey with the woman they had kids with, which is a great deterrent. If you was like, man, I want to have kids, and then they come through and they tell you how much they spend in child support, you say, oh shit, I'll just keep, you know, I'll keep away from that. But I'm looking forward to heading to Detroit, and I'm looking forward to seeing a wedding happen. I'm looking forward to not eating. I'm looking forward to seeing if I gotta get fitted for a bulletproof vest. I'm looking forward to that. That should be exciting. That should be fun, you know. And I'm genuinely happy. Now listen, as I pivot here, I'm patiently waiting to see if Giannis goes to the Warriors. If you listen to previous episodes, you know I'm a big Warriors fan, and my God, I've already offered 2 of my toes if Giannis can go to the Warriors. I'm a big Steph Curry fan, a Steph Lee Snipes fan, and I'm just hoping that you get the Shams report, and Shams is like, Giannis is going to Golden State. Now, I don't want to lose Draymond Green. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. I don't want to lose Draymond. I don't want to do that. But if he got to go, he got to go. It's Giannis we're talking about, and it's Steph Lee Snipes. I love him to death. I'm looking at 30 shoes here, and there's another 40 behind me. Or, okay, another 20-something behind me. But so as I go through this episode, if Giannis somehow gets traded to Golden State while this happens, I will bend over and I will show my ass crack, and I will scream and make monkey sounds because I'm patiently waiting for this to happen. And I'm hoping that it happens. And I'm feeling really good about this, okay? But I do want to say it's waste of management time down in AZ, right? It's weird because you see a lot of the women get on social media. And I don't know if you know, if you're not from here, you don't know waste management. It's golf. It's just golf. But it's golf with Coke. All right? It's golf with Coke, alcohol, Coke, golf, and more Coke. It's just the truth. It's just alcohol. It's white titties. It's just golf, white titties, and Coke. And I've never been. And my nigga side won't let me go, but then there's the other side of me that's been out here for so long that I kind of want to go and see what it's about. And we got beautiful weather. And waste management always seems fun. It has nothing to do with even though that Luda, I think Luda's over there, and Nelly's there, that has nothing to do with us. It has nothing, we don't get niggas get no enjoyment out of it, black folks get no enjoyment out of it, but because we can't make no money off it. But it always seemed like a ton of fun for me. I'm like, it looks like a ton of fun. And I asked my boy Davion, I was like, hey man, you want to go to waste management? He said, I ain't gonna say exactly what he said, but he was like, no. And I was sad because I'm like, I'd really like to experience it. You know, I like to experience it. It's like, I don't know. it just seems like you don't know until you go. Who knows? You show up, you're walking through, they're like, bro, and they just handing you mushrooms and they handing you, and you meet and greet. You put a polo on, you meet and greet. And the weather's so beautiful out here. I'm not even going to lie to you. This is going to be one of the better ones because the weather is beautiful right now. My older brother is back home in Kansas City. It's 38 degrees. It's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in that, and I'm thinking about how cold Negroes is and how they just shivering in their timbers. Shiver me timbers. I just imagine my shiver me timbers. And so I'm just like, it's a beautiful time and I want to go see it. And I know that there are a lot of people that go to Waste Management and they lose their mind and they have a great time. And the best, and that's when all the drug lords from Mexico that come up, they're like, oh shit, this is what it is when we sell our whole load get put in Scottsdale. That's how we make so much money. Everything is in Scottsdale right now. We good. We good for the next 6 months. We ain't got to worry about nothing about all the coke we had. And it's a good time, man. They have a good time, and I'll be jealous. The weather's so beautiful. Nobody goes for golf. I don't even think the golfers go for golf. If there's married golfers, they go. I know they're professionals and they doing their thing, and they like, man, I sure can't wait for this shit to get over because I am cheating on my wife. As soon as I get done as soon as I'm gonna swing this last hole. I'm gonna swing. And the ball is gone. Somebody go fuck some other bitches. I'm cheating on my wife tonight. Just truth. Because it's so wild. You see the videos. You see the partying. They be having a good time, man. And I've never been able to go. They be having a good time. And the weather is beautiful. This is the reason why you moved to AZ. Because it's February and it's 80 degrees outside. It's 80 degrees. My boy, Craig Visions, is in Detroit right now, and he's shoveling snow. He's shoveling snow with a bulletproof vest on. I'm making fun of you. It's not true. You're not doing that, but it feels like you possibly are. It feels like you could be outside. Many men, while you shoveling snow and you got a bulletproof vest. Many men and shoveling snow with a bulletproof vest on. It feels like you could really be doing that. But I've always wanted to go. And who knows, I might attend. I might pull up. You know what I'm saying? I might pull up. Who knows? I doubt I will. Is Giannis getting traded yet? No, he ain't made it yet. No. Is Giannis, he ain't made it. I also want to talk about buying this bike, buying this scooter. This is what I do. This is my shit, so I just go from spot to spot. This is what I do. Buying this scooter, it doesn't put me in midlife crisis mode because I didn't get like no Harley or nothing like that. But I could see how a motherfucker be like, this nigga's crazy. Nobody says anything nice. When I tell them I have a scooter, nobody says anything nice. They don't go, hey, I really love the fact you got a scooter and I think you're having so much fun on it. I hope you have the best time ever on your scooter. It's the most beautiful thing to see a Negro on a scooter. Nobody says that. Nobody ever says anything like that. They always be like, oh my God, you're going to die a fiery death. It's the first thing they say. Now my scooter is not the typical scooter. It doesn't go 40 miles. It doesn't go 50 miles. That motherfucker goes 95 miles per hour. With my big ass on it, it's a good solid 80 miles. Well, I was big. I'm a little lighter now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm a little lighter now. I'm like 12 pounds away from my goal. I'm a little lighter. But nobody is kind about me in the scooter. Nobody says anything delightful. It's always a fiery death. It's always, be careful. Other people can't drive. You're going to die. Be careful. Other people can't drive. They're going to run you off the road. Be careful. And it's like, damn. Do people ever think about that? They don't never say that, like, let me tell this nigga, have a good time. They don't keep it simple. Be safe. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Because I be moving on that thing. It's got a 3-point, listen, just fuck with me here. I know this my shit so I can talk about whatever. It's got 3.7 gallon tank on it, right? I always wanted one when I went to Thailand. I was in Thailand, whipping the scooter, doing my thing, right? I was in Thailand, whipping the scooter, doing my thing. I went to go see Big Buddha on the scooter. That was crazy because we was driving through Thailand traffic. And if you've never been to Thailand, if you've never seen their traffic, you know that we were doing some real dumbass American shit because we had never been in their traffic before. And here goes, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 Americans on a scooter. And we're just deciding that we're going to go to Big Buddha. And then none of us read a map well. So when we pull up Big Buddha in Thailand, we're like, oh, we're not that far away from it because we're looking at the map and we're like doing eye test from the phone. Look at the phone, see the eye test. Oh shit, it ain't nothing but around the corner. That ain't nothing but to the 7-Eleven. That's just to the 7-Eleven. That's it. We just going to the 7-Eleven. And then next thing you know, it's a 30-minute ride, 35-minute ride on some scooters in Thailand traffic. Now look, Thailand traffic, just imagine, I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna say that because I get crucified for saying it. But Thailand traffic is crazy. It's weaving all over. They don't even have structure there. It's just chaos. But they understand their chaos. They know what they're doing, how they doing it, where they going, all that shit. Right. So it's just complete chaos. So when we get on the scooters, they don't even care about you. They just know they're not gonna hit you. They don't even care. They know that they're not going to pop you. Ain't going to be no blood nowhere. It be big-ass buses an inch away from your face on a scooter. They're like, nigga, we good. I know how to do this shit. This is what I drive in. I drive in this every day. You don't know what you're doing because you're an American and you about to die because you're going to get in my way. I'm good. You're going to get in my way. But boom, we drive all the way to Big Buddha on the Thailand. You drive past the ocean. You drive past all this beautiful weather, all these palm beaches. And I fell in love with the scooter life. I fell in love with it. And I was like, man, I got to get me a scooter. And this is, this has been coming for a minute. I was like, I got to get me one. And boom. I got a steal of a scooter. I got a steal of a deal. Popped out like 1800. Gave her 1800. 2 old ladies. And one came out petting the dog. Like she was like the bad guy from Inspector Gadget, how he always had a cat in his arms. And she came out. She's, yes, nigga. She didn't say that, but that's what it felt like because I was me and my boy Davion was there. They ended up being real sweet, but I think at the first they thought, like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put 9-1 on my cell phone because these motherfuckers is big. We don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna put 9-1. So if something happened, I can just hit the 1 and send. You can see the fear in their eyes at first. And then me and Davion, we big, but we have polite voices. So we able to turn it on and say, hey, how you doing? And she was like, oh shit, these the nice ones. These ain't like the Compton ones and South Central ones. This ain't like the ones like we see on TV. These are the nice ones. Say, hey, how you doing? We're here to look at the scooter. We here for the scooter? We're here for the scooter. That's all we just wanted to. And then they was real nice, sweet. And they took care of the scooter well. I gave them the money. The transaction was good. I rode off on the scooter. That's what the fuck I did. It was an easy transaction, but she was rubbing her dog like a fucking bad guy in a Bond movie. Rubbing her dog like a fucking Bond movie. It was crazy. And I got on the scooter and I'd be moving. And I've had people just talk to me. People would just be talking, there's a big nigga on the scooter. Let me talk to him. And they'd be like, oh my God, how is it? How fast does it go? And I'm like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Thing got some get up. And it don't cost me nothing on gas. And I'd be moving. So when I first got it, I was street riding. I know I'm just talking about shit. I got some other shit I want to talk about. Talk about Knights of the Seven Kingdom. That's where I really want to get to. That's where I'm at right now. That's one of my favorite shows right now. I'm going to get to that. Y'all just going to roll with me. This is my shit. You're going to listen to what I got to say. Now, listen, I was hitting the streets and I'm cruising and I'm and then because I didn't have a helmet yet and I didn't want to get on the highway without the helmet and I got to tagged up and all that stuff. And I ain't want to get on the highway without a helmet. I got to get a full frontal helmet, right? And so I'm just hitting the streets and I be cruising, boom, 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 boom. And I started to realize, oh, this is taking a long time. This street shit was taking a long time. I didn't like it. It was getting on my nerves, even though I was feeling free. I'm like a bird. I was feeling free, but I didn't like it. So I finally got my helmet. Oh, yeah, see? That's the end of it. I was waiting for my light to go out. Y'all niggas don't get the rest of this. So, okay, cool. I had to end that. So I got my front helmet and I'm off. Now I'm on the highway. I'll be booming, banging, banging. I'll be moving. I'm gone. I hit the highway and I'm out of there. Nobody moves like me. I'm that guy. Right? Let me tell you something. I have my helmet on. It's only me in that helmet. I can only hear me. The breeze, it comes through the helmet is really dope. Because I ain't never had no reason to wear no helmet. I ain't never had no crazy ass reason to wear no helmet, but I got it on now, so I had to get used to it. All right? Black had to get used to the helmet. Breeze be coming through, feeling good, feeling fly, all those things. And the thing I didn't know that I was going to have to experience is going that speed at 70 miles per hour, 75 miles per hour, and then dealing with that wind. They didn't talk about that on Biker Boys. They didn't talk about fucking twister type winds hitting the bike and you moving and you shaking. They didn't say that, man. They didn't tell Shade that. They didn't let me know that. First time I did it, I almost shit myself. Because I said, oh shit, this is it. And I thought to myself, I said, okay, God, getting the cot ready. I'm going to go upstairs. This is it. It's all over. This is it. And I had to pull off the highway. I said, wait a minute. I think I'm good. Got back on the highway. Did it. I said, oh shit, I am good. I was flying after that. It was like, I was fine, man. But now I be zooming everywhere. Like I got to go see, what is this? What am I seeing? What is the movie I'm seeing? It is, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. The Sam Rockwell movie. I get to see that tonight at 7. I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to put it out and then I'm going to go see that movie and I'm going to zoom on that's all I've been on is my scooter. Nonstop. I've been on that thing and it's one of the best buys, man, because I don't really do I ain't got kids that be bugging me, you know what I'm saying? And I won't, get twisted. Have me a kid. This is really crazy. I'm gonna say this is how I win because this shit just comes out of left field and it's just gonna get real, real wild. You ready? I was listening, speaking of kids, and I didn't get back to scooter, but let me get back to my scooter. But listen, I'm listening to the receiver of St. Brown. I can't never say it's Amon St. Brown. I think that's what it is. His daddy was on his podcast and he was talking about kids and he was talking about basically breeding athletes. This is some of the most gangster shit I ever heard. And people ain't really, if you listen to it, you're like, this nigga's serious. This nigga was talking about breeding athletes, right? This is his daddy was breeding athletes. He's like, I got with your mama because Brown's mama's white, right? So I got with your mama because it was time, right? So he had him and his brother. Both him and his brother are in the NFL, receiver and quarterback. They both in the NFL. And he's like, I got with your mama because came together. We had y'all. So I want some athletes. Because he's basically saying breeding with white women is how you get the athletes, man. You're not, listen, I'm not saying that I fully agree, all right? But I don't fully disagree. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't disagree. I don't fully agree, and I don't fully disagree. You know what I'm saying? The nigga might be on to something. And then he said it was their job to then go get with a black woman to then keep it pure because you don't need it to be stepped on. That's somebody I couldn't even believe you saying. I said, this motherfucker telling you the formula on how to get you a winner, how to breed you a winner, and then how to keep the bloodline pure. That's wild. But I took notes. I took notes, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I took notes. It's a couple of notes, a few notes, a lot of notes. If the nigga wrote a book, I'd read the book. If the man wrote a book, I'd read the book. It was almost, it felt like scripture. I don't know. I'm just playing. No, I did feel like scripture. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, he got two players in the league. I mean, and then Dale Curry, he got two players. You know what I'm saying? Giannis, Patty, you see where I'm at with it? How you can get to that, which is so wild. So if you go look it up, you can see it. It's so wild what he was talking about. He got a whole formula for you, anyway, let me stop. This is Thaddeus Shea. You listen to the Odd Nerd. Now, I've been doing better at posting a lot of like trailers and stuff that I watch. I'm rating them. I got a scale for them, and I'm just trying to get into that because that's just really what I want to do. I'm a big movie and TV show guy. That's what I'm into. I love the art. I love the creativity. I love all of that. So I got a scale for it, and I've been doing more and more of that, and I've been moving away from what I used to post on social media. I still got my quotes up because they get me money. And as I'm trying to reshape my algorithm and get it to understand these are the things that I'm putting out there, it's been a fight, but it's happening. You got to understand that, your social media puts you in a box. It puts you in a box. It says that, okay, this is what you post. This is what I expect from you. And when you post those things, you'll do better. You'll do good. And when you don't, you'll do bad. So you then have to say, okay, the things that it thinks that is bad, I now have to continuously do these things to get the algorithm to understand that this is now becoming a part of the content that I'm putting out. And it's very difficult. It's very frustrating because you see your numbers on things and you're like, okay, this is dookie water. This is dookie water. All I want to do is, put up trailers and talk about movies. And I'm working towards those things, being able to do the videos, and I'm learning more and more on what I feel comfortable talking about. And, the podcast is easy for me. I can talk to y'all 3 hours a day, and I can get different subjects, and I can go on and on, combining life with real trending topics, whatever the case. That's my skill set. I can run my mouth, and I got many of different voices that I'm really willing to dive into. And there's some things that may be a bit crazy out there. And if you got anything you could talk about, young chap, it may be something there. I can do many of those things. Do you understand what I mean? Do you understand what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the things that you love to do in life. You do those things and get paid for it. That is truth. That is what I try to do. I'm trying to get into that. For so long, I have done what I think is right to get people to see what I'm doing. It's all about my events. It was all about what I was doing for the club, what I was doing for the day party or whatever. It was all about those things and trying to get people to make sure they see this is what's going on, keep my page entertaining. Like, hey, look at this fight. Look at this burning car. Look at this car crash. Look at this meme, or look at this joke. That's what it was all about, to keep people's eyes on my page. And it's a great formula. It works. If I wanted to just post a bunch of fights, my page would be banging. Or if I just wanted to post a bunch of crazy crashes, my page would be banging, and I could slide my promotional stuff in there and go from there. And I just kind of got to a point where I didn't, especially towards the end of the year last year, but even before then, I was kind of like, oh, I just want to kind of move away from more of the negative stuff and try to find, oh, is that my water bottle now? Don't make no noise. And I can't see you. Water bottle just popping. That's how I jump out the third story window for safety, because I don't see you and you just making random noises. That's how I get terrified, because I'm easily scared. Now, I'm not saying I'm easily scared in front of my face, but shit's behind me. If you come up behind me, say boo, you're going to see some fear. You're going to see my neck straighten out, and then I might drop a little bit of pee. But if I see you, I ain't worried about you. I kick you in your chest. But if I don't see you, you're a boo. Shook, scared, passing out, trembling, eyes shaking. You know what I'm saying? Those type of things, heart rate high. But so I wanted to switch what I was putting up content-wise. And the journey became more and more where I was just kind of putting up more cool things and still putting up funny stuff, but it was, Northern Lights or, cool fish videos, whatever. Just was like unique stuff that, Black folks ain't used to seeing and folks ain't used to seeing on social media. I just wanted to kind of get some different stuff up there. And slowly towards the end of last year, I just got to the point where I was just like, yeah, I don't really want to do none of this shit. I just kind of want to post about nerd stuff. And I'm going to move into gadgets and sports, but I knew that TV shows and movies is like what I love, and I've always loved, and I've always wanted to just be in the world and be able to talk about them and dissect them and, be a part of the community where it can, I can affect it positively, and that's where I'm at. It took me so long to get to that space, because you look up and life can really direct you down a road that you're like, wait a minute, but I want to go that way. And life's like, no, hold on, come here, go this way. I'm telling you, go this way. It's so easy. Look how easy it is. I already done mapped it out for you. It's so easy. And you get so used to going down the easy road, and you're like, well, but I want to go over there to this location, and you got to find a way to get your mind right to be able to break off from the easy path and then go through the hard path. And then maybe you find something there when, there are things out there that can lead you to what you really want to do. And there it is. And that's where I'm at. And I'm just more hungry for that. And that's where I'm at, man. That's what I really want to do. It's what I really want to spend the rest of my days doing, talking about, TV shows, movies, and breaking down trailers and doing that and making a living from it. That's the journey, and that's what I've been doing. It's been very difficult. And I understand social media really well. And I mean it. And I mean that especially from a guy standpoint. We're not built to have a lot of success on social media unless you are like really a skit guy, you're really funny, you're Drewski and those guys, Ha Davis, you model, whatever the case may be, it's all set up for you. But anything else, man, is really tough. Women are just set up and built to have a ton of success on social media. So those things are, let's see here. I had to look up and see what was going on, with my shit real quick. Oh, I got to clock it from one of my young followers. I know what the clock it is. I didn't know you guys made up emojis for it. I know this is really random jump off my shit because I had to look at the message, but I didn't know that. It makes me feel cool when you elderly like me, and all you could think of dun 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 dun. And your host is Bob Bark. When you're thinking like that, because you're elderly and all you can think about is The Price is Right, you didn't know that's what I know what the fingers is with the clock it, because I had seen Hailey Bieber doing it with the clock it. She was doing the Hailey Bieber because Justin Bieber had performed and Hailey Bieber did the finger thing. And I see that all the time in the club. Whenever I'm around, they just be doing this shit. And I'll be like, oh shit, tip of your fingers itch. You got to start putting lotion at the end of this shit. They be like, no, that's the clock it. And I just got it in an emoji version. I didn't know that. And I told her, don't be doing all this cool, trendy emoji stuff. I'm confused. And she said, I'm crying. It means, and she wasn't crying. She didn't put no cry emoji. She just put, I'm crying. I guess you could just spell it out without putting emojis. See, I didn't know I thought you had to put the emojis there. I thought that was the rules, but I guess that's not the rules. You could just type out, I'm crying, and be good. It means clock it. She said, I'm funny and she misses me. Listen, Leo's my hero. And if you know what I'm saying, you understand what I mean by that. Leo's my hero. Leonardo DiCaprio's my hero. Oh boy. If you don't know, go back a few episodes of mine and you'll hear me talk about Leonardo DiCaprio. Anyway, but that's what I've been on. And it's really hard for y'all to, if you are on social media and you're wanting to take on the task of changing how the algorithm sees you, consistency is always going to be the key, of course, and that's just with life, period. It's very hard to be consistent, but it's the same thing with social media. It'll break you because if you're not careful mentally, your numbers will bother you. You know, you go right back to what you know because the numbers will bother you. You see the amount of likes that you get for posting this. That happens with women all the time. Women know that if they post this is a hitter. Right? Say you single and you used to post some sexy stuff. Not saying you used to post just straight ass cheeks, but you post some real good looking pictures, sexy shit, and you see all these likes because guys will like anything. If there was a fine enough woman in the world and she was holding a raccoon and the raccoon had a top hat on and she had a top hat on and in her other hand she had a fire extinguisher and she was putting out a fire, we would ignore the raccoon with the top hat, we would ignore her top hat, and we would ignore her in the other hand with the fire extinguisher putting out a fire, and we just look directly at her body. This is ass and some titties. That's how we focus, that's how we work. So when you put up that stuff in the men there, we always gonna fill up the likes because you look good or you don't look. Hell, shit, you can, I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? You could be less than. I'm less than. I consider myself a solid 6. And God damn it, in the low light, I'm a 7. You got to be real about yourself. Right? You got to be real about yourself. You got to be real. As soon as you know who you are, what you are, how you look, then you able to mount a defense, an offense and a defense for these deficiencies that you have. It sounds like I'm playing, but I am schooling you, sucker. I am schooling you. But guys will like anything. So when you're up there, and you see that you're posting, you're like, okay, yeah, look, the likes are there. Then you just say, for example, you get in a relationship. Or maybe you'd already been working on a relationship and you went public. So you've been in a relationship this whole time, and all the guys like all your pictures. You've been in a relationship this whole time, so now you go public and you see the drop off because we don't like that. It's just the truth. Some man and took away our visuals. I'm out of here. I'm gone. I can't stand this anymore. I'm out of here. God by golly, this is not what I signed up for. I'm out of here. So then the likes and the views drop, right? But if you in that strong enough relationship, you're like, man, we're gonna be a couple on the internet. We're gonna be one of those couples who show off what we do. We have some good times. We make some skits. We have some laughs. You're gonna have to beat what the algorithm says. Hey, this is what you're known for. And that requires a lot of posting, a lot of consistency, having some level of strategy. If you're that type of person and, you know, if you're making some ducats off of it, you give a fuck enough. I make some ducats off of social media, so I give a fuck enough to try to get back to where, or get to a place where the stuff that I'm posting about movies and trailers and that stuff brings me some dollars, right? Right now, the quotes bring me money, and I make some extra chumps off of social media, Facebook and the gram. But you have to tell the gram this is where you're going. So I try to blend in a little bit of the both. Now my quotes still dominate. I still work on my quotes and come up with my own quotes. They still dominate, but I'm doing a great job of adding in the, you know, my scaling for movies and TV shows and what I'm watching and what I'm about to watch. And the biggest challenge is understanding that's what I have to do. To bring in a different audience, that's just what I'm going to have to do. You definitely try different things. I'm not a big hashtag guy. You can play on the hashtags. I always recommend you can have a hashtag for your brand so people can click on it and they can just see what you post and what you got going on. But it's not a big deal anymore, but you can really SEO, search engine optimization, is really what you put in your caption that matters, but you can still trickle in a couple of hashtags. Don't go no more than 2, but you still trickle in a couple of hashtags and try to get that algorithm. Even social media likes when you tag bigger names. If you are posting a skit and it's supposed to be a skit of a popular couple and you tag them, even though that they're not going to say anything, but social media, the algorithm loves that. It's like, oh shit, you tag some big names, let me show some more people your stuff, man. There's a lot of tricks and things that you can just learn just doing stuff on your own. You don't have to just chat GPT it, or you ain't got to go research about it. It'll show you up front. It'll show you to your face. You just pay attention to it. You learn your audience and you understand your platform. You know how to move around it. But it has been very difficult, but it's also been a lot of fun because I've never done this. And it's something satisfying about doing something you've never done and just slowly watching it work. 10 shares, 5 shares, 15 shares, 20 shares, 30 shares. You're like, oh shit, this is about movies. It's about TV shows. Some people are sharing it. They're liking it. They're commenting. Okay, so it's just small amounts, big amounts. You got to keep going, Then you learn within the space. Like oh yeah, I'm going to take pictures in front. I'm going to go. What's the Sam Rockwell movie I just said I'm going to go see? Let me see. I'm going to go see Good Luck, Have Fun, and Don't Die. I fuck with Sam. And I'm going to go see that. And I'm going to take a picture in front of the movie poster. And then I'm trying to get more involved and bring the experience of movies to my post as I do these things and I break down what I'm watching. Now, I was supposed to get to 7 nights. I don't know if I'm able to get it. I always do this. I talk about a lot of life. And I get on a lot of other lanes. And I think that's why people enjoy my craziness, because I'm here to completely entertain. You ain't going to hear. I was going to talk about I was going to get on here and talk about what I had seen just popped up like 5, 6 hours ago. I was going to get on here, man, and I was going to talk about Jill Biden's ex-husband killing his current wife. I thought about just doing having those 10-minute episodes where I would just talk about true crime, because I know I'm a psychopath and my brain is weird and I just get off on these. I was going to talk about Jill Biden and her ex-husband. Her ex-husband going to kill his current wife. See, I do those type of things and I get crazy. My brain runs off into other things and I can bring it back home to the end. I might do it because I like to just talk and hear myself go crazy. But that's what I do. But if you listen enough, I'll give you a lot of truth. I'll give you a lot of real. I'll help you out on your social media. I'm here for you. And just like me going to my boy KB's wedding, growth never stops happening until you're in the grave. That's my thought process. You can continue to grow all the way until you are no longer on earth. 89 years old. You're like, prunes aren't that bad. I remember when I was 86, I didn't like prunes. I'm 89 now. I'm growing up. I like prunes now. Growth don't stop happening. Growth stops happening if you decide you want to stop learning. And I don't think life, when you're dealing with life, it will never stop you from, you have to learn in life. The only time life says you don't want to learn no more, and then I'm pretty sure your lights are out. But as long as you want to learn, man, you'll keep growing. And that's just me, man. Now I was going to go longer because I'm mad that I didn't get this. I gotta start staying on these things where I can really get into my show. I love movies and TV shows, but I love talking. So I might have to just do a whole nother thing because I am working on doing video and doing breakdowns of episodes. My first test today was just doing the close friends. Like I said, I'm not built for camera work. My voice is built for voiceover work. I can go hammer time. This is cottonmouth. I didn't even have my coffee because I had so much coffee so far. I didn't have no coffee with me. I had no water with me before. I had a little bit of water earlier, but I ain't even had no real liquid with me, man. So this cottonmouth. I am Fatty Shay. This is the Odd Nerd.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
And I got to start to do better, man. I got to start to do better. I got to figure out some things where I can really sit back. I know I'm going to be doing shorts and talk. I more than likely will start tonight. As soon as I get done with this movie, I'll put the camera up. I'll do a breakdown of what I just watched. Should you go see it? Should you not? And I'll start posting stuff like that because this is really all I really want to do. TV shows, movies. write my script, and, off into the sunset. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like I said, this is Thaddeus Shade, listening to the Odd Nerd. And I'll do another episode next week. Hopefully I do more for the rest of this week. Peace. Fuck that. It was really cool, man. To be, I didn't have a lot of people get on my live, but it was just cool to do it because I always feel uncomfortable about that shit. And sometimes you gotta do uncomfortable stuff. Peace.
I have been on a Starbucks strike when it comes to tea because these motherfuckers ain't got no honey. And I know about a month ago I was complaining about these some bitches not having no honey. These some bitches still ain't got no honey. I said it again. These some bitches still ain't got no honey. They ain't got no honey, man. I go there, they ain't never got no honey. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own medicine balls at the house because I don't really drink tea, but I would tear a medicine ball up. I said, I'll make my own tea at the house. So then I go, right? And I'm like, okay, what is a medicine ball, right? I go look and it's, what is that shit? It's like it's Tijuana, I don't know, Tijuana. I know that's where you get marijuana.